Fatima in Edison, New Jersey. Fatima, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Brian. How you doing?
Good, good. What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question for you, please.
Yes.
My daughter, she's 12 years old. My husband filed for her last year. So when I'm undocumented, so when we go to the interview, they approve me and my 3 kids. They are back in, my 3 kids are in Africa. I'm here in the States. They approve them, but because they approve them, they send the letter to NVC. NVC reply me everything. So but now, when I submit the documents to NVC, they reject they need it before we get the return.
Where are they from? What country?
Sierra Leone.
Why did the NVC reject it? Are they they're under 21? These children?
Yeah, they're under 21.
Okay, so so the NVC rejected it for some reason? It had nothing to do with they're barred from coming to America. Children under 21 whose U.S. citizen parents sponsored them can come.
My husband called them. They said
you're breaking up, Fatima. Take a step to the right.
Yes, we need it. We need a transition now. But my daughter is sick for over 3 months, and she has cancer. So, and all that things going on.
So if you want, I mean, I don't know why they're rejecting it, but if your daughter has cancer and she needs to get here, you're going to want to expedite all of this. And if you want, we can get involved in it, or you can tell the National Visa Center about her cancer, demonstrate it, ask for an expedite. Now, the one thing when you do that is when you say, oh, this child has cancer, then when she gets to the embassy is going to want to know that there's medical insurance to cover her cancer because they don't want the U.S. government to pay for her treatment. So make sure that if you're going to go that route to expedite it, that you have medical insurance for your daughter so that you can demonstrate to the U.S. consulate or U.S. embassy that she's not going to go on Medicaid.
Okay, so can I get the insurance here now for her?
Yeah, well, you're not going to be able to get the insurance until she enters America. But what you're going to need to do is show that you have the ability to do it. This is the insurance you're getting. This is what you're buying. They'll approve her, whether it's through your husband's job that he can include her, but somehow you're going to have to demonstrate that she's going to have medical insurance, because otherwise they're not going to give her the visa when she goes to the embassy in Sierra Leone. But certainly you can use the cancer to expedite her case, but you can't expedite anything if you're not doing the paperwork right and they keep rejecting it.
Yes, well, the thing is the embassy is closed. My husband called the embassy. The embassy is closed. The airport everywhere is closed in the country presently right now.
Well, right now, if your papers are at the National Visa Center, you got to expedite it at the National Visa Center, get it to the embassy, and then call the embassy.
Okay.
And if you need help, you're breaking up, so I'm having trouble hearing you. But if you need help, hold on 1 second, okay? Let's go to Kelvin in Ghana. All the way in Ghana. Kelvin, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm good.
What's going on?
Later right here. My case recently got to the MVC, and I'm in the F2A category, and I wanted to know how.
Well, right now with the F2A, category, while Trump is president, you're not coming till next year, because he put a ban on everybody with F2A until December 31st.
But I'm under 21, and I heard about the aging out.
Yes, okay. I don't know why. I just assumed you were married to a permanent resident. So my apologies.
No, I'm a kid.
Yes, all right. So if you're a kid and you're going to age out, that's an exception to the immigration ban. So your petitioner has to notify the National Visa Center that you're an age-out problem, and they will continue to process it to make sure that you get an appointment for your green card before you turn 21.
Thank you.
All right, so make sure they contact, and if they're having trouble contacting National Visa Center, hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Greg in Lakewood, Florida. Greg.
Hi, Brad.
Hey, how are you?
I'm okay. I have 2 questions, Brad. The first one is, I have a 13-year-old son that has a 10-year green card, right? He's in Jamaica. And I'm wondering about the the 6-month rule. Does the 6-month rule applies to him? And
To a 13-month-old child or a 13-year-old child?
the 13-year-old.
13. 13.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, it won't apply because he's under 18, and especially with coronavirus right now. So I wouldn't worry about it. If they're over 18, it's a different issue.
So I don't have to worry about taking him.
Not at the moment, no, because he's 13 and this coronavirus, I wouldn't worry about it at the moment.
Even if it's over a year?
Even if it's over a year, yeah. But, eventually you're going to have to bring the child back.
Okay.
All right.
I have another question.
And the reason is because a child can't child doesn't have the age the mentality under the law to abandon permanent residence.
Okay.
Okay, especially under the age of corona. But eventually, yes, you're going to have to bring the child back.
Okay, but after a year, but after a year, I'm okay with him going, because January coming, it will be a year, so that would be.
At the moment, you're okay. Come talk to me in January.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Brad. I have another question.
Okay.
One more question, Brad.
What?
And the citizenship. I'm applying for citizenship. Would he be automatically?
Only when he re-enters the U.S. with a green card and you're a citizen would he become an automatic citizen. But he would not become an automatic citizen living in another country, because to be an automatic U.S. citizen, you have to be living in the physical and legal custody of your father. He's not living in the physical or legal custody of his father when he's in another country. So you would have to bring him back to America to have him live with you to become a U.S. citizen.
So you have to live with me for a couple of months or something like that.
Yes, whatever the term living is for that period of time.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's go to Sonny in Indianapolis, Indiana. Sonny.
Hey, Brad. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Good, sir. Hey, I did file VAWA, and then I did receive RFE, and I responded it to about 6 months ago. It's been 6 months. I never hear anything from them.
Okay.
What are my options?
I don't know what your options are. I don't know what I don't know what the problem was. What you had to respond to. What was the issue that you responded to?
I never sent anything when I filed it. I filed it
you filed bare bones, and then they asked you to right. So you got to give them some time. How long into your case did they send you that RFE?
I filed it in April 2018, and then they sent me after 18 months the RFE, and then it's been 6 months since I.
Have you filed an adjustment application?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, they should be making a decision shortly on it. I think filing a mandamus is a little premature at this point. They're supposed to make a decision in 4 months. It's already 6 months. Give it to the end of September. If you still haven't heard anything by the end of September, then you may want to contact me to start threatening a mandamus against them.
Okay, I will. Thank you, man. And one more question.
Yes.
I was married to my wife for more than 6 years, but we never ever filed joint taxes because she didn't let me. So is there a problem? They're going to look at it or no? Because I never sent it.
It certainly doesn't help your case. Is that automatically that you're going to get denied? No, they look at the totality of circumstances of the abuse and of the bona fides of the marriage. So yeah, not filing a joint tax return doesn't help your case, but it doesn't mean it's automatically going to be denied. Maybe you have lots of other documentation to prove it was a real marriage. Believe it or not, in an abuse case, the best documentation is the police came to your home. Because the police saw you guys living together and you filed a complaint against your wife. That's the best, because it proves some sort of level of abuse and proves the police saw you living there.
Right.
All right, so it depends what you have. I'm not saying that, and if you don't have a police report, doesn't mean you can't file a VAWA case either. I'm just saying, a lot depends on what you have.
Okay. All right, Brad. Thank you, sir.
Right,
I wait till September, and if I didn't hear anything,
then call me. Right, hang in there. Let's go to Michelle in Brooklyn. Michelle.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I had my interview done on the 6th of December. My daughter also had her interview done on the 16th of December. I didn't put in the paperwork together because of financial reason. It was too expensive for us, so we did it separate. So since then, I haven't heard back anything from USCIS. Should I be worried because it's almost 6 months now?
Well, I mean, if you didn't get approved right away, the more and more months that go by, the likelihood is that they didn't believe it was a real marriage. So you only have to be worried if you're in something other than a real marriage. What's a real marriage to immigration? A real marriage is you and your spouse live together and you have a financial relationship that starts with a bank account and you commingle your funds and pay your bills. If you live together and you have that financial relationship, you should not be worried. It's a real marriage. Likely what will happen is that they will call you back once coronavirus subsides. They will call you back for something called a Stokes interview, where they're going to separate you and ask you several hundred questions. And if you live together and have that financial relationship, you should pass. So, I always tell people all the time, you only have something to worry if you're trying to do something wrong. If you're doing everything right, it's a real legitimate marriage.
I know, because
now that doesn't mean because you're in a real legitimate marriage that every person in a real legitimate marriage gets through, because they don't. They screw up. And there are people probably out there who are in fake marriages or who pull the wool over immigration's eyes. But for the most part, if you're in a legitimate marriage, then you should be okay.
Because I knew they were saying give it 120 days, but it's been over 120 days. So that's why I'm asking.
If it's more than 120 days, the likely reason is either one, your fingerprints have not cleared, and people's fingerprints take longer to clear if they're coming from they just do a lot more investigation from African countries and majority Muslim countries and certain other countries. They just do it. It's not fair, but they do it. But generally speaking, after 6-7 months, 9 out of 10 times you haven't heard after 6-7 months, 9 out of 10 times you're getting a Stokes interview.
Oh, okay. And for my daughter, because she had her interview on the 16th of December as well, and she hasn't had that.
Well, she will only get approved after you get approved.
Oh, okay.
All right. So she kind of rides your back.
Oh, okay, pretty much.
All right, so you just have to, at this point, you're waiting for a Stokes interview, but if it's a good marriage, you don't have anything to worry about. Yes, you got to prepare. Yes, you got to make sure, when you go for a Stokes interview that you and your spouse are on the same page, because a lot of people live together and live on different planets and screw up. So you got to make sure you're on the same planet to pass, but other than that, you should be okay.
All right, thank you so much.
Right.
And for the Stokes interview, do I, if that's the case, do I need the same set of documents that I had for the first interview?
Yes, and just update it all.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let's go to Josephine in Houston, Texas. Josephine.
Hey, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
I have 2 questions. If I'm buying a house and I qualify for down payment assistance and first home buyers assistance, will I be in trouble when the time comes for me to file? I already have a work permit.
No, unless that's somehow this first time home buyers assistance has to do with giving people who are below the poverty level. I don't think that's the case. I'm not sure exactly what your program is, but I don't think you have a problem.
Okay. Another question. I have a friend. She applied for asylum through LGBT, under the LGBT, and then she got married later to a man.
Oh.
She is worried. Do you think she's going to have issues at her interview?
Yes, because it's either one of two. One, she lied on her asylum. She's not a lesbian or whatever she claimed she was. And she's going to have to convince immigration of this. I don't know what the situation is. It's either she lied or she felt that she was a lesbian, or maybe she's bisexual, or that over time her things have changed, inwardly in her body, I guess. I don't know. But she's going to have to, she would have to explain something to that effect. Other than that, she's a liar, and they're going to deny her for misrepresentation.
I'll ask her to come to you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Brad.
All right. Let's go to Ricardo in Brooklyn. Ricardo.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, I have a question. My wife is not currently working, but she was thinking about filing for unemployment. She petitioned for me. We are just waiting for the interview. I am working, but she wanted to know if she can file for the unemployment. She did the adjustment of status in 2018, but we are just waiting for the interview.
Well, this is the story, okay? If she's not working, when you go to the interview, you're going to need to get a second affidavit of support from someone else because your spouse isn't working. Now, the fact that she's collecting unemployment is not a bar to getting a green card. It doesn't go against the poverty guidelines that you're getting some sort of government assistance. Anybody who gets fired from a job is entitled to unemployment, whether you made $1 million or you made minimum wage. So go collect the unemployment. Just make sure you have a second affidavit of support.
Okay, so it's not a problem.
Not a problem.
All right, thank you, then,
You're
sir.
welcome. Let's go to Brenda in Houston, Texas. Brenda.
Hey, Mr. Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
I have a master hearing coming up in August, and I've been going through spousal abuse, even though I didn't call police because my husband keeps threatening me that he will make sure I get deported. And I have a daughter that is on physical therapy because she was born with cerebral palsy. So right now I don't know what to do because I didn't call police.
How long have you been in the United States?
I've been here for 13 years.
Okay, so two things. Number one, call the police. If you're being abused right now, as soon as we're done talking, call the police. Okay?
But I've been to the women's center. Each time I go through that emotional, I just start crying. I've been to the women's center and I have a counselor that is working with me.
What I want you to do, I can't help you emotionally. I wish I could. I don't have that knowledge or ability, all right, to make you feel better. I can tell you the law, and hopefully by me telling you the law, that will direct you to making life better, okay? So the law is this. You do not have to stay in an abusive relationship, even if you're in deportation, to get a green card. So, this moment, this very second, as soon as you say to me after our conversation in the next 2 or 3 minutes, thank you, Brad, bye, okay, two things you're going to do. Call the police if you're being abused. If your husband's no longer there or you need to run away, run away. You don't need to be in an abusive relationship to get your green card. Call the police on him. That's what they're there. They're there to protect you in this particular situation. And then we're going to do two things. One, we're going to file a VAWA application, and we're going to go to the judge and say we have a VAWA application filed. We got rid of this abusive husband. Okay. Two, you're eligible for cancellation of removal for an abused spouse, and you have hardship to a child who has cerebral palsy, so you're going to get cancellation or removal anyway. You don't need this man in your life for 1 second. Don't let him threaten you. Get rid of him. Call the police on him. You should never be in an abusive relationship or feel the need to stay there because you're going to get deported without his help. You're better off without him than with him right now. It's not even a close call. Okay, I can assure you, you get rid of this dude, you will still get through. You will not get deported no matter what he says, no matter what he does.
Okay, Mr. Brad, thank you so much.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Yash in Bloomingdale, Illinois. Yash.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Good evening. I'm good. I have 2 questions. Let me tell you this long story short. So, like, my parents filed for me for I-130. They are on a green card. They filed in January 2016. And right now, I just got an approval for I-30. And I'm just wondering, like, if I file I-485, how long it's going to take? And my second question is, how should I prepare for my interview?
All right. So who sponsored you originally? It was your wife?
My parents. I'm on a student visa right now.
Okay. I was trying to figure out how you were adjusting. Okay. So you're in legal status right now. When was the I-130 filed?
I filed in they filed in January 2016.
Okay, so right now, I believe they're in 2015. I could be wrong. So you can't file your adjustment application yet. Let's take a look quickly. I'm going to have to Google it, so I give you the exact. And you can Google USCIS visa bulletin for adjustment of status. And I'm doing that right now as we speak. And let's see, the visa, and the first thing pops up on Bing, that's for sure. I don't know why I'm on Bing. I hate Bing, but okay, we're on Bing here on this studio thing. So June 2020, F2B, that's you, right?
That's right.
Okay, now, where are you from?
I'm from Bloomingdale. I'm from India.
You're from India, okay. So for F2B right now, they're up to December 1st, 2015.
Okay.
All right. So what's your date? What's your priority date? What is your priority date?
My priority date is January 2016.
Okay. So you can't file this month. I don't know what what August will bring. Okay. So you gotta wait. You gotta wait and see. But once the priority dates are reached, you're gonna file an I-485, an affidavit of support, and what you got to expect on your interview is make sure you didn't commit fraud. You were in school this whole entire time. You never lied about what your intention is. Your parents are in fact your parents. You don't have a criminal record. You don't have a drugs in your system. You pass your medical exam and you have a good affidavit of support.
Okay. That sounds good to me. Okay.
All right. And hold on if you need help. Let's go to Belinda in Alexandria, Virginia. Belinda.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Mr. Brad, I'm good. Yeah, I have this question. We're here October, and I got married to a U.S. citizen in February. And my husband, my daughter is here on F1 visa, and my husband is a U.S. citizen. He applied for both of us. Adjustment of status, and the first time we have received it back, our document as an incomplete, and my B2 status in the process has passed away. But we have arranged it. We have included what was asked, and we resend it our application. But we didn't receive the receipt document.
All right. So your husband's a citizen, right?
Yes, he is.
All right. So in essence, what I understand is he filed for you and your daughter. You screwed up. They returned the applications. You fixed it.
Yes.
You sent it back. By that time, you had overstayed on your visa. You haven't heard back from immigration. The fact that you overstayed on your visa, as long as you're married to an American, it's fine. They'll accept your adjustment. If you haven't, immigration's taking a very slow time in returning receipt notices to people these days. Do you know if your check was cashed for the filing fee?
No, it was not yet.
How long has it been sitting there?
Like a month, over a month. Yeah.
All right. So wait another couple weeks. If your check doesn't clear after 8 weeks, call me back. Then you think maybe there's an issue.
Okay. I have one other question.
Yes.
Due to the recent proclamation, which is the F1 visa, the cancellation of the F1 visa, does it affect my daughter?
No, because she filed an adjustment.
Okay. And if the people from IEC comes here, can I show the marriage certificate and the first the paper?
Why is ICE knocking on your door? They're not knocking on your door. Don't worry. Okay.
They're not.
They're not. I promise you. They're not coming for you, Belinda. Don't worry. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great
You're welcome.
one. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Juliet in Findlay, Minnesota. Juliet.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Juliet. How are you?
I'm doing good.
What's going on?
I just want to ask if I can file I-130 for my brother in Nigeria. I called the immigration and they said I can do that. So I'm just trying to.
You
I just want to enlighten me.
You can. It's a 10-year wait. Right now, you have this Nigerian ban, but that's a ban to go for a visa appointment. Who knows what the law will be in 10 years from now? So file the I-130.
I should file it?
Yeah, file it. It's going to be a long wait, but file it.
My brother is in Nigeria, so I
get
can file the I-130 here.
Yes.
Okay, second question. Thank you. Can I file for my cousin?
No filing for cousins. There's no such thing.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Dwayne in Vernon, Alabama. Dwayne.
How you doing, Brad?
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. I got a question. I've been here since November. Got married in May, but I'm out of status now. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I want to know my chances of getting a green card.
If you're married to a U.S. citizen, you overstayed your visa. If you live with your spouse, you don't have a criminal record, you have a financial relationship with her, and she's not on government assistance, I would say it's pretty good.
All right, but she's currently on food stamps or a kid.
Well, then the kids on food stamps is okay. If she's on food stamps, it's a problem.
And low-income housing, how about that?
Low-income housing is a problem.
How could we fix that?
Get out of low-income housing, but it still doesn't fix the problem. But it makes the problem a little better. Because they look back for 3 years. I think you need a consultation. Hold on. Let's go to Lincoln in Vancouver, Canada. Lincoln.
Hey, how's it going? Actually, I'm from there. I live in LA right now.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm good. Actually, I got a question for you, mate.
Sure.
So my husband and I were married. We're filing for adjustment of status. Now, my only question is, technically I'm going to be out of status soon, because I think you only get 6 months as a Canadian or something like that in the country. Now, now that we're applying for adjustment of status and whatnot, am I going to be deported?
No, as soon as you file the adjustment, you're in legal status, so you're fine.
Yeah? Even with this whole corona, even with this whole
corona, yeah.
Okay, because I'm just kind of afraid I don't want ICE kind of knocking at my door.
I mean, anything could happen, but, the odds of ICE knocking on your door is like, me and Yo-Yo showing up at your door and knocking on it. I mean, it's so infinitesimally small. So file your adjustment. As soon as you file your adjustment, you're lawfully here as a pending adjustment. Okay. They'll give you a work permit. You'll get travel permission. You'll be fine.
Okay, because, I understand that things are kind of taking a little bit longer.
They
are. USCIS are furloughing people next month.
They are taking longer, but that doesn't mean that when you file an adjustment, you're here out of status. You have a pending adjustment.
Okay, so would I have any kind of documentation after that?
Yeah, you're going to get a receipt notice saying your adjustment has been filed. You'll get a work permit. You'll eventually get a travel document to travel back and forth, and eventually you'll go for an interview and get your green card.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, then all good.
All right, yeah, hold on 1 second. Sounds like you need a consultation. Let's go to Pradeep in Queens. Pradeep.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Uncle Brad.
How are you?
I'm fine, Uncle Brad. By the way, I have a question. I filed for the pandemic unemployment assistance. I'm a VAWA petitioner. I filed last year.
Right.
And my work permit got expired, and so I was expelled from the job. So I've been unemployed since 6 months. So they have sent me a letter asking if I am authorized to work, and if not,
you need to renew your work permit to be authorized to work. And the answer would be
I
yes.
have applied for the work permit.
So if you've reapplied, you applied for it, or you have it.
So I have I applied and I've got the 797 notice of action.
Is this for renewal or for your original one?
It's the new one for the I-360.
Okay, so you had a work permit. You're renewing this work permit.
It's not renewing. It's I-360. I'm applying the 7. It's not renewing, sir. It's
okay. Have you filed an adjustment application?
Yes, sir. I-485. I filed it.
Yeah. So if you're not renewing your work permit, you're not authorized to work until you get the work permit.
Yeah, so I should can I scan it and send it to them for claiming the further benefits?
You can send a receipt, but that doesn't authorize you to work. Receipt that you have a pending work permit, but that doesn't authorize you to work. But
but they asked me another option that if no, then they asked me to apply for the renewal your employment authorization. Just send it like that if you have applied. So can I scan it and send it, sir?
You can do whatever you want.
So
you're calling me up and asking me how can you finagle your way to get a work permit. Okay, I can't tell you how to. You know what the word finagle means?
What's that?
Squirm, lie, cheat, misrepresent yourself. I just finished telling you you are not authorized to work. You can't work. So now you call me up and say, well, how can I finagle my way to cheat the government to tell them how I can work? And the answer is do whatever the hell you want, but I can't tell you to go do it. You're lying. You're cheating.
No, I'm not asking for the...
So what do you want from me?
No, for the pandemic unemployment
the answer is this.
Yeah.
You call me up on the show and you say, I applied for unemployment insurance. I get a letter back. And this is why I get angry. Don't call me up and ask me how to lie to the government. You shouldn't get it. You don't get it. You don't deserve it. Okay? So you call me up. 1 second. No, let me be clear to you.
Yes,
you call me up on the show and you say to me, I applied for unemployment. Okay, you're entitled to apply for unemployment. Government sends you back a letter. Prove to us you're authorized to work. So I said, are you authorized to work? You said, no, I've applied for my work permit. I haven't gotten it yet. So I say, well, then you're not authorized to work. You're not entitled. Based on what you're telling me, you're not entitled to it. And then you start asking me, well, what could I do to finagle my way to prove you're not? You're not entitled to it.
No, they have asked another alternative question like, if there is a 797 notice of action, you may send it.
So that's what I said. So then send it.
All right.
But that doesn't authorize you to work, but send it. But it only authorizes you to work. The I-797 receipt notice only authorizes you to work if you already had a work permit, which you told me you didn't.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Guys, do me a favor. Okay, I'm happy to help you, but don't call me up and ask me how to lie to the government. All right, let's go to Beverly in Avenel, New Jersey. Beverly.
Hi, good afternoon,
How are you?
Brad. I'm fine, thanks.
Good, what's going on?
I have a few questions. Actually a question.
Right.
Okay, so I applied for my two daughters in 2015, October. And I gotten the letter of approval in 2018, I think it was.
Right.
Yeah, and after that, I haven't gotten any other documentation. I try to reach out to the USCIS, and I send them emails to find out what's going on.
How old are these children?
They're over 21.
And when did you file for them?
2015.
And you still haven't heard anything yet?
No.
Wow, because the priority dates are current for them now.
So I'm like...
And if you go online, there's nothing?
You see something there, but it's telling you have to have some kind of welcome letter.
All right, why don't you bring in what you did, and if you have a receipt notice, we'll check it online, and if it's still pending, I think we should be threatening a mandamus because your kids are eligible for their green cards now, assuming there's no Trump ban.
No, that nothing has prevented them from getting it.
No, the Trump ban is preventing them from getting it, but you should still have gotten approval by now. You should still have gotten approval now.
That's what I said too.
Yes.
So bring everything in.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what you're looking at. Because if you have an I-130 receipt notice, you should be able to go on USCIS and check the case status.
Yeah, but when I checked it, they always say it's current. That's all it says.
Okay, and you've called that 1-800 number, and what have they said?
whenever you try to call them, you never get no one. Just you never get through with anybody.
I think at this point you need a consultation. So hold on one second. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.